If you're about to jump into Dune Awakening or just started, stop and watch this first. After 200 hours of trial, error, and a few too many deaths, I've collected 10 things that will save you hours of frustration and help you thrive on Arrakis. Let's get into it. First, water's your lifeline. Everyone says it, but trust me, you don't get it until you're crawling through the dunes with a dry leader John, watching your health tick down. Always carry double the water you think you'll need. Never, ever head out without knowing exactly where your next refill is. I died more from dehydration than I cared to admit my first few days. Don't make my mistake. Respect the desert. In a pinch, you can use the dew flowers to drink water. They will give you up to the first third of your hydration meter. Make sure to always carry a blood extractor and plenty of blood bags, or plenty of leader johns and a dew collector depending on which route you decide to take, or a combination of the two. Stockpiling blood with a few blood purifiers is a great early way to passively get water while you're doing other things. Going the dew collection route, make sure you're collecting at the optimal time. Hit T and look for the time of day to be in the light blue section for the best collection. If this spot on the map isn't blocked, it's a great spot to farm with the dew collector. The Fremen death still breaks down bodies to make water. It produces 25,000 milliliters of water in 50 minutes for the advanced version. Once you've unlocked the death still, you'll be able to pick up bodies. Just a heads up, they weigh 75 each, so bring your buggy or ornithopter for farming. 2. Don't rush to the endgame. There isn't a real endgame yet, unless you enjoy PvP or you're part of a guild. So slow down, enjoy the journey, experiment with builds, and soak in the world. The game's designed to be experienced, not rushed. If you rush, you'll end up burnt out and underprepared for the late game grind. Trust me, some of the best adventures come from taking your time. 3. Focus on the main story quest early. These aren't just for lore, they're unlocking crucial equipment. For example, the Static Compactor, and later, the Death Still. Both are game changers for resource management. I wasted my first 20 plus hours distracted by side quests and random exploration. Prioritize the main quest line at least until you get the Static Compactor. It's the reward for completing the second trial. You will also eventually unlock your third ability during the main story, after finishing the fourth trial. 4. The second you get the Static Compactor, start farming flour and spice sand. These are essential resources for crafting in mid and even more so late game. I made a whole video on a flour sand farm that got me 10,000 flour sand in 10 minutes. Check that out after this unless it's already been fixed. Getting ahead here means you'll have resources while others are struggling like I did with spice. It takes 100 spice sand per spice melange. The amount of it you need for in-game crafting is crazy for a solo casual player. So farm spice sand every chance you get. Five. Upgrade your gear and equipment whenever possible. Don't get attached to your starter stuff. Upgrades make a huge difference in survival, combat, and resource gathering. If you can upgrade, do it. Jump from one tier of gear to the next isn't just numbers, it's the difference between barely surviving and thriving on Arrakis. Same goes for your tools. Each tier not only lets you collect more efficiently, but it also unlocks the next tier of resources. 6. Overcollect resources. Seriously, you will always need more than you think. If you think you have enough, double it. If you've doubled it, triple it. I've lost count of how many times I've run out of basic mid-game crafting materials. Make every resource run count. Gather everything you can. 7. If there's one thing you should rush, it's getting the buggy. This vehicle is a total game changer for travel and hauling. What used to take forever on foot now takes no time in the buggy, and you can carry way more. Get it as soon as you can. It'll transform your whole experience. With the cuttery attachment, you can also mine and get a much bigger yield per node. Make sure to upgrade the buggy cuttery and storage as soon as possible to help speed up those farming runs. Unlocking the Ornithopter is a game changer as well. Suddenly dangerous cross-map trips or quick flights. Moving resources or gear from one base to another, no problem. The Ornithopter gives you mobility and safety. The game feels totally different once you have it. With both, always keep them repaired and stocked with fuel. You don't want to end up stranded on the other side of Arrakis. Quick extra tip, you can use their storage to move items between containers using the drop-down menu on the top left. 8. The circuit system. In Dune Awakening is a very useful feature to keep all of your resources and crafted items organized. Think of it as having an input-output. The input is where a crafting station or refiner pulls resources from, and the output is where it sends them. For containers, it's reversed. The input is what comes from the fabricator or refiner, and the output is what the fabricator or refiner will pull from. To get all refiners and fabricators to directly send items to the storage you want, place a dart or any item you can split in each storage slot of the refiner or fabricator. 9. Your base location matters more than you think. I've got a full video breaking down the best 3 base spots for casuals. Link will be in the description and on the screen at the end of the video. 10. The last tip has to do with how useful the Sub Fief is. You can refuel all of your generators here by holding down the Y button. If you don't have enough to fully fill them, it will split the fuel cells equally among the generators. Along with refueling your generators, Sub Fief can also be renamed. You can set as a respawn location. You can give people permission to access your base. You can store some items. And you can also change the access level of who can come into your base. Did I miss a tip you wish you knew sooner? Drop it in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more Dune Awakening guides. Thanks for watching, and watch out for those sandworms.